Shalom, brothers and sisters. Happy Sabbath day. Um, Today is the Sabbath day, which is the seventh day, okay, according to the scriptures. And on this day, the Most High commanded the Israelites to keep the Sabbath day holy, to sanctify this holy, to remember this day, okay. And we must keep this day according to the scriptures. We must keep them, okay. The Most High God command us to keep it, and it starts Saturday morning and it ends Saturday evening once the suns go down. Okay, that's how the Bible instructs the Israelite to keep the Sabbath day. Okay, it starts Saturday morning once the suns go up and ended when the suns go down. So you must keep this. You must keep this Sabbath day holy. Okay, you can go and read it, the book of Exodus chapter 20, Exodus chapter 31, and as well, the book of the prophet. You can read it in them. And Christ kept the Sabbath. The disciple kept the Sabbath. So you must keep it. It is not Sunday nor Friday night, but it is Saturday morning according to the scriptures. Okay. So I wish you all a happy Sabbath day. Okay, but first I start with the lesson. I would like to give all glory and honor to the God of Israel and His beloved Son Christ the Messiah. Okay, so today I'm going to continue with the book of Judges chapter 11. Okay, and the title called Jephthah made head of Israel. Okay, verse 1. Now Jephthah the Gileadite was a mighty man of valor, and he was the son of an harlot, and Gilead begat Jephthah. Okay, so he was a mighty man of valor, and his mom was a son of a harlot. And I heard many Israelites saying that that Jephthah mother was a non-Israelite woman, according to verse 2. Okay, but first I'm going to focus on verse 1. The scripture says she was a harlot woman. Okay, so and he begot a Jephthah. Okay, let's go first to the book of 1 Kings chapter 3 verse 16 through 18. Okay, let's go read the book of 1 Kings chapter 3 verse 16 through 18. Then came there two women that were harlots unto the king, and stood before him. And the one woman said, O my lord, I am this woman dwell in one house, and I was delivered of a child with her in the house. And it came to pass the third day after that I was delivered, that this woman was delivered also, and we were together. There was no stranger with us in the house, save we two in the house. And this woman's child died in the night, because she overlay it. So in these days you have harlots. These two harlots, they have babies. So someone impregnate them. So these children, they was like born out of wedlocks. Okay, and this is something that you see that you see a lot in the black community. Many children who born out of wedlocks. Some of them, they know who their father are, but the father is not in the picture. The father don't consider them as their children. Some of them don't even know who their father are. Okay, but we must stop normalize these kind of things, Israelite, because these things become a custom in the black communities, among the blacks, all over the earth where we are scattered. Okay, we have normalized these things. It become like a custom that these days you will hear like mothers and fathers, instead of like for example, you hear this often. The eldest woman in the family, like mothers, they were asking their daughters or their nieces, when are you going to bring me grandbabies, grandchildren? What? Instead of you asking her, when are you going to bring me a son-in-law? When are you going to be married? They asking, when are you going to bring me grandbabies? We shall not do that. First, she must get married and then children. The same thing. I heard this a lot. Uncles or uncles, fathers and uncles, black fathers and black uncles, or Israelite, okay? The black nations, black men, okay? They were asking their sons, These uncles and the fathers and cousins, they will ask them, when you going to bring, when you going to bring us these grandbabies? When you going to bring us your children? No, you shall not ask your son that. The first thing you shall ask your son or teach him, you have to teach him to be stable, to become responsible. And once he is irresponsible enough, to taking care of himself and his wife, then it's time to get married. And once he married, then the baby will come. Then you can get grandchildren. That's how we must teach our children. These are the things that we must normalize in among us. These are the things that we must become accustomed among us. Not children that born out of wedlocks. Not babies first, then not babies all over the place without fathers, or baby all over the place without mothers. No, we must stop that. We must break out of that curse. We must break out of that evil, out of that wickedness, and come and walk the way out and walk after the way of the Most High. So you see this thing a lot among us. So we must stop doing this. You as a woman, teach your daughter to be a virgin, to be married first, then children. Not vice versa, not children and then married. No, that's a no. No, you're not going to accept that. Teach her according to the scriptures. This is how these other nations teaching their daughters. First you're going to marry, then children. Okay? Teach your son. First, teach him to be responsible, taking care of himself and a wife, and then children. Not getting babies all over the place and leave them. No, that is not our custom. We must stop normalize those things as custom. It's not custom. Those things are not our custom. Those things are those ways of living are not normal Israelite. Okay, so we must stop doing that. Okay, so this woman was just a harlot. Okay. Verse 2, and Gilead's wife bare him sons, and his wife's sons grew up, and they thrust out Jephthah, and said unto him, Thou shalt not inherit in our father's house, for thou art the sons of a strange woman. So first he had Gilead, and once his wife bare him sons, once these sons grow up, they became older, they thrust him out. They cast him out, say, get away from here. You're not going to inherit nothing, because your mother is a harlot. She is not the wife of our father. You see? You born out of wedlocks. Okay, so get out of here. But the thing is, it is not his fault. First of all, they're supposed to show love to their brother. Even his mother was a harlot, because it's not his fault. He didn't choose to born out of a harlot. It is their father and this woman make this choice. But it is not Jephthah his fault. He didn't choose for this. So they show him love, show mercy. Like you, it doesn't matter if you born out your mother is a harlot, but you are a brother. You stay here. There is this land, take them and build your home and live there, or stay here with us. They didn't show him love. They didn't show love to their neighbor. The scripture said, love your neighbor. And they didn't show love at all. That's why they cast him out. Okay, and here these scriptures is where many Israelites go, and they will say, she was a strange woman. She was a non-Israelite woman. But verse 1 tells us she was a harlot. She was a harlot, an Israelite woman who was a harlot, just like those of 2 Kings. And I might be wrong in this. You can correct me. That's why your feedback are always welcome. But when I read this, I do believe that she was an Israelite woman, but she just was a harlot who wasn't keep God's commandment. And a woman who don't keep God's command, an Israelite woman who don't keep God's commandment, is a strange woman as well. The Bible considered her as well as a strange woman. These other nations, they are strange women as well. These heathen women. But if you as an Israelite woman don't keep God's commandment, If you don't keep God's commandment, you are a strange woman. So an Israelite man who keep God's commandment shall not marry with you. Those of you Israelite men who are in covenant with God, you shall not marry with an Israelite sister who don't keep God's commandment. If you are already in covenant with her, you shall keep her. But if she divorced you or she passed away, you must marry with an Israelite woman who is in covenant with the Most High. Okay. Now let's go to the book of Proverbs chapter 2. Okay. Once again, your feedback are welcome. But I do believe she was just an Israelite woman who wasn't keep God's commandment. She was a harlot. Okay. Let's go to the book of Proverbs chapter 2. And once again, your feedback are welcome. Okay. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 2, verse 1 through 2, and then 5, 9, 10 through 12, and then 16 through 19. Okay. My son, if thou wilt receive my words, and hide my commandments with thee, so that thou incline thine ear unto wisdom, and apply thine heart to understanding. Yea, if thou criest after knowledge, 5, okay, then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord, and find the knowledge of him, of God. 9, then shalt thou understand righteousness and judgment and equity, yea, every good path. 12 through 11 through 10 through 12. When wisdom enter into thine heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thine soul, discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee. 16 through 19, 12, verse 12, then 16 through 19. To deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man that speaketh froward things. 16. To deliver thee from the strange woman, even from the stranger which flattereth with her words, which forsaken the guide of her youth, and forgotten the covenant of her God. For her house inclineth unto death, and her paths unto the dead. So this woman is a woman who just forgot the covenant of her God. This strange woman. Okay? Or even from the stranger. These are Israelites who they have forgotten the covenant of their gods. You shall not come together with these women. You shall not become one with them. You shall not go in covenant with them, because only destructions you will find in them. Okay, so that's why I believe that woman there, that harlot, she was an Israelite woman who wasn't in covenant with the Most High. She wasn't keeping the Most High commandment. And once again, you can correct me if I'm wrong. That is what I have believed all this time, that she was a strange woman, a non-Israelite woman. But I believe that she was just an Israelite. She was an Israelite woman who was a harlot. Okay, she was a strange woman. Okay, now let's go back to verse 3. Then Jephthah fled from his brother and dwelt in the land of Tob. And there were gathered vain men to Jephthah, and went out with him. So he fled. Once they cast him out, they wanted to destroy him. They wanted to kill him. Okay. Okay. Because they wanted to kill him. Because when you go and read 7, he says they hate him. So they cast him out of his home, his father's home. They hated him, so he fled. But remember, he was a mighty man of valor. He could fight them and stand for this, but he didn't do that. You know why? I believe to show them love. He did it to make sure that there is peace between him and his family. He didn't want to, fight them. Even they hate him, but he still loved them. And sometimes, when to keep peace between you and your people, one of you must get away from there. And he did fled to make sure that, there's no trouble. Okay, even you cast me out, you treat me like this, but I'm not going to, so I'm going to flee. And these are the things that Christ was doing when he came in the flesh. He called, command his father to destroy all these Pharisees, those who was after him. They want to push him from the cliff and hit him and all those things to him. But he always slipped out of their hand. He always run away from them. It's not that he was afraid of them, but to make sure that there was peace among them. So one of you must flee, must get away from there to make sure that there is peace. It doesn't mean that you are afraid, but you just want to keep the commandments. That loving your neighbor. Keep peace between you and your neighbor. Okay, so he fled. Okay. Then Jephthah fled from his brother and dwelt in the land of Tob, and there were gathered vain men to Jephthah and went out with him. So these men, when you go and read in the book of in the story of about Abimelech, when he paid all these vain men, these men who love, they will do anything. Okay, they will do anything. Just if you pay him, these vain men, he paid these vain men, and they went and slaughtered all these sons of I forgot his name, of his father. Okay, they slaughtered all these sons of Gideon. Okay. And he came across these men, and no, Jephthah, he was a mighty man of valor. So they saw that in him. So once they saw him, they were like, let's come to this group. Let's cleave unto him. Okay, let him lead us. And it came to pass in process of time that the children of Ammon made war against Israel. No, in the end of chapter 10, you see the Israelite, they was preparing themselves to go to battle with the Ammonites. Okay, but they didn't have leadership. They didn't have someone to lead them. So they was searching for someone who will lead them to this war. Okay, so these Ammonite, they was going to fight with them. They was going to war with them. Okay, and it was so that when the children of Ammon made war against Israel, the elders of Gilead went to fetch Jephthah out of the land of Tob. And they said unto Jephthah, Come and be our captain, that we may fight with the children of Ammon. And Jephthah said unto the elders of Gilead, Did not ye hate me and expel me out of my father's house? And why are you come unto me now when you are in distress? This is Israel. They will come to you. First, they're going to treat you as trash. And then when they need you, they will come and trying to be nice unto you. This is how they was doing with God all the time. So if Israelite doing this all the time with the Most High God, what do you think they will do unto you as a man? They will do the same thing, even worse. You see? That's how black people are. They will treat you as trash, but once they need it, when they want something from you, they're going to be so nice to you. And once they get what they needed, they will start to treat you as trash once again, starting to hate on you and do all this evil unto you. But the thing is, just leave them alone. Just let them go. But in this case, they came because they needed him. They needed him. And Jephthah, he told them straight up, first you cast me out of my father's house and hated me for no reason, and now you need me. You want me to help you because you are in need. So you need me. And the elders of Gilead said unto Jephthah, Therefore we turn again to thee, now that thou mayest go with us and fight against the children of Ammon, and be our head over all the inhabitants of Gilead. And Jephthah said unto the elders of Gilead, If you bring me home again to fight against the children of Ammon, and the Lord deliver them before me, shall I be your head? He replied all these things. So if I deliver them into your hand, I shall be your head. You saying, I will become your leader, your captain? Is that what you're saying? And the elders of Gilead said unto Jephthah, the Lord be witness between us, if we do not so according to thy words. In other words, this is exactly what we are saying. And the Most High is a witness between us. Okay? And then Jephthah went with the elders of Gilead, and the people made him head and captain over them. And Jephthah uttered all his words before the Lord of Mizpah. Okay? And this thing, Israelite, you see, even Jephthah, he was born out of a harlot. But the Most High still chose him to become a lead, to lead his people. He born out of wedlocks, but the Most High still chose him to lead his people, to become the captain, the head, or the leader of his people. You see how things goes? The one that they cast out become the one who supposed to lead them. Just like they did with Christ. Christ was the stumbling block, the rock, the stone that they stumble their feet on. Even they put him aside, they kill him, they do all this evil unto him, cast him out, but he is the one who going to deliver them out of their sins and out of the hand of their enemy. You see, just like Jephthah, they cast him out, but he was the one who going to deliver them. They hated him, but the Most High chose him above all those one who think they was righteous. Even this one, they was like, our mom was the wife, but the Most High still choose this son who bore out of a harlot above all of those other one who was think they was holy and righteous and have all these those they was thinking that they have all this right to have all these riches. But now he will become the head of Israel. So that will make him going to have a lot of things. He will become a rich man. You see, and the same thing with many Israelites, many black folks, many of my black brothers and sisters worldwide, they born out of wedlocks. Many of them don't know who their father are. Some of them even know who their mothers are. But the thing is, even you born out of wedlocks, even your mom was a harlot, your father was a pimp, or he was a drugs dealer, or all those negative things, wickedness, even they was that person, but you can become different. You can choose to walk with the Most High. You don't have to walk in that circle. You don't have to choose to walk after their ways. You can make a change. You can become a new person. You can break out of that. You can break out of that circle. You don't, not because they have doing this. You have to keep repeating that. No, you can't. You can stop doing this. Because this is how many of us think. Because my father have done this, my mother have done this, so I must doing this. No. You can change. You can become that a light in the family. And even he was a son of a harlot, but the Most High chose him. That's how it is with many of you. You born out of wedlocks. Some of you don't know who your father is, or know your mother, or your mother was a harlot, your father was a pimp or drug dealer. Your parents, they were a wicked person, but still the Most High chose you out of them to lead his people. You see? Now let's go to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 18. You see, that is how the Most High works, okay? In the family, if you are the one who they hate, who they cast out, you are the one who the Most High going to choose to become a light for your family. And some of them, many of them, they still don't believe it, but they see through your lifestyle that you change. But still, they're like, huh? The Most High, is she or he become a child of the Most High, teaching the Bible? I can't believe this. But even they can't believe it. They see in this, but still, it's like. It's strange unto them. Okay? Because the Most High don't work like the outlooks. He look from the mindset. Like, doesn't matter if your parents have done this, but when I look through your mind, I see that if I give you this word, you're going to change. You will start to do my will. You will keep the commandments. You will stop following the ways of your parents and obey me. The Most High know that. That's why the Most High choose. That's how the Most High choose, because the Most High, He see the mindset. You are ignorant. Okay, I'm going to choose him or her and show his or her my ways, and she will walk in it. Okay, so you don't have to still keep doing the evil that your ancestors have done, the evil that your mother and your fathers have done, or your grandparents. No, you can make the change in the family. You can become the light in that family. And how? When you read in the scriptures, it's going to transform you into a new person. Okay, let's go to the book of Ezekiel chapter 18, and I'm not going to read all. Okay, verse 1. The word of the Lord came unto me again, saying, What mean ye that ye use these proverbs concerning the land of Israel, saying, The fathers have eaten sour grapes, and the children's teeth are set on edge? This is a proverb that you hear a lot among the black community. Especially in my family, you hear this a lot. They call it kunu. All the time. Oh, it's the kunu of my father. Oh, it's the kunu of my mother. It's the kunu of my grandfather. It's the kunu of my grandmother. This is what you're hearing all the time. They're going through things. Oh, it's the kunu of my mother. It's the kunu of this. All the time. Kunu, kunu, kunu. But no. We must stop saying this thing. That all those hell that you're going through all those hell is because of your ancestors, because of your mother, because of your father. We must stop saying this. Just like Jephthah, you see Jephthah, even his mother was a harlot, but he chose to serve the Most High. He was a different person. He broke out of that cycle. You see, his father and his mom, even they choose that way, but Jephthah, he didn't choose the way of his father and his mother. He chose the way of the Most High, and that's how you must start to think. My parents was like this, but me, I'm going to become a child of the Most High. I'm going to break out of that cycle. Okay, as I live, said the Lord God, ye shall not have occasion anymore to use these proverbs in Israel. So we have to stop using these proverbs in Israel. Once we have read this, you must stop using this. Okay, I as well must stop using that proverbs. Okay, behold, all souls are mine, as the souls of the Father, and so also the soul of the Son is mine. The soul that sinneth, it shall die. The Most High is dealing individual with everyone. Okay, you're not going to die for the sins of the sins of your parents or the sins of your mother or your father. If you sin, and you're going to die. You see, just like Abimelech. You see, Abimelech, his father was a righteous man, but he did not choose. He chose not to walk in the ways of his father, but he chose to walk in the way of wickedness. So the Most High killed him. Even Abimelech's father, Gideon, he was a righteous man, but the Most High slaughtered him, he killed him. In this case, Jephthah, mom was a harlot. He didn't choose to walk after the way, play the victim. Oh, my mom is harlot, so I will become just like him, just like her, and impregnate all these women all over the place and started doing evil. No, he didn't choose that way. He didn't do that. His father slept with a harlot, but he didn't choose to do that. And even the scriptures don't show that he have a wife, but he have a wife, a righteous wife, okay, and a daughter that they raise up in the word of the Most High. You see? So he chose to walk after righteousness, and that's why he was still alive. Abimelech, the sons of Gideon, chose to walk in wickedness, and he died. The Most High killed him. 5. But if a man be just and do what? And do that which is lawful and right, and hath not eaten upon the mountains, neither had lifted up his eyes to the idols of the house of Israel, neither had defiled his neighbor's wife, neither had come near to a menstruous woman, so she is unclean. I hope I read it right. And had not oppressed any, but had restored to the debtor his pledge, had spoiled none by violence, had given his bread to the hungry, and had covered the naked with a garment, he that had not given forth upon usury, neither had taken any increase, that had withdrawn his hand from iniquity, had executed true judgment between man and man, had walked in my statutes, and had kept my judgment, to deal truly. He is just, he shall surely live, said the Lord God. If he beget a son that is a robber, a shedder of blood, and that he doth the like to any of these things. So this is the case of Gideon and Abimelech. Gideon was a righteous man, but Abimelech, he was a wicked man. Let's jump to 13. Had given forth upon usury, and had taken increase, shall he then live? He shall not live. He had done all this abomination, he shall surely die. His blood shall be upon him. And this is the first generation was Gideon, and the second one, this wicked one, was Abimelech. And if you turn this, it's the same thing, okay? Like if the first generation, I will say Jephthah mother, she was a harlot. She was doing evil, but Jephthah, he chose to do righteousness, so the Most High going to bless him. Okay, so doesn't matter if the thing is just like the scripture said, the soul that sin going to die. You will not die for the sins of your parents, but the Most High going to kill you for your own sins. And the reason why we're being punished is because we keep doing the same thing. We still walking in the same circle. So that's why we're being punished. In this case, once again, Jephthah, he break out of that circle. Like, I'm not going to be like my mother and my father, but I'm going to become a just man. You see, so you can do the same thing, not because your mother and your father are wicked or breaking God's commandment, that mean that you have to go and do the same thing. No, break out of that circle and keep God's commandment, because if you don't, the Most High going to hate you. Okay, now let's go back to chapter 11. Okay, verse 12. And Jephthah sent messenger unto the king of the children of Ammon, saying, What hast thou to do with me, that thou art come against me to fight in my land? So now Jephthah, he send message to the king of Ammon. Okay? And the thing is, you see, Jephthah, he showing love to them. You see? That's why he came to fight for his brother. He came to save his people, even they treat him as trash. But the thing is, the scripture said, love your neighbor, forgive your people, and help them. And that is what Jephthah, he came to do. First, he loved God, because if you love the Most High, you're going to love your neighbor. If you fear the Most High and love them, you're going to forgive them and do the will of the Most High. And he was doing the will of the Most High, just deliver his people. Okay? 13. And the king of the children of Ammon answered unto the messenger of Jephthah, Because Israel took away my land when they came up out of Egypt from Arnon, even unto Jabbok, and unto Jordan. Now therefore restore those lands again peaceably. And Jephthah sent messenger again unto the king of the children of Ammon, and said unto him, Thus saith Jephthah, Israel took not away the land of Moab, nor the land of the children of Ammon. But when Israel came up from Egypt, and walked through the wilderness unto the Red Sea, and came to Kadesh, then Israel sent messenger unto the king of Edom, saying, Let me, I pray thee, pass through thy land. But the king of Edom will not hearken thereto. And in like manner they sent unto the king of Moab, but he would not consent, and Israel abode in Kadesh. Then they went along through the wilderness, and compassed the land of Edom, and the land of Moab, and came by the east side of the land of Moab, and pitched on the other side of Arnon, but came not within the border of Moab, for Arnon was the border of Moab. And Israel sent messenger unto Sihon, king of the Amorites, the king of Heshbon. And Israel said unto him, Let us pass, we pray thee, through thy land into my place. But Sihon trust not Israel to pass through his coast. But Sihon gathered all his people together, and pitched in Jahaz, and fought against Israel. And the Lord God of Israel delivered Sihon and all his people into the hand of Israel, and they smote them. So Israel possessed all the land of the Amorites, the inhabitants of that country. So he was telling them about the history about this land. So he know the ways of our ancestors. He know the Most High, his word. He know about all that. Once again, he didn't choose the way of his parents, but he chose to walk with the Most High. So he was telling this king of the Ammonites about the history, about the land that they have inherited on the other side of the Jordan. You know, the land that Moses inherits, you know, the land that he gave to the half tribe of Manasseh, Reuben and Gad, about those land, okay? He's talking about, okay? And you can go and read them in Deuteronomy chapter 1, chapter 2, and I believe in the book of Numbers as well, okay? So he was telling them about how the Most High, it was the Most High who gave us the land. It is the Most High who delivered this nation unto us and make us possess this land, okay? And they possessed all the coast of the Amorites from Arnon even unto Jabbok, and from the wilderness even unto Jordan. So now the Lord God of Israel had dispossessed the Amorites from before his people Israel. And shalt thou possess it? It was like the Most High cast them out of that land and give them unto us. Now you want to take it back? It is God who gave it unto us, so you want to take them back? Will not thou possess that which shamest thou God given thee to possess? So whomsoever the Lord our God shall drive out from before us, them will we possess. It was like, just like, you know, he said, wilt thou possess that which Shesam thy God give thee to possess? That land where you still, that you living? Possess that your idol gods give unto you, and we're going to possess the one that the Most High gift unto us, because this is our land. It is the Most High who have cast your ancestors out of the land and give this land unto us to possess. So we're going to keep this land just like you keep yours that your gods have given unto you. You see, and the same thing Israelites. You see, many Israelites, they flee to the Israel. They say they will go back to Israel and all that. But the thing is, Israel, the Most High, He cast us out of the land. He is the one who cast. He is the one who cast us out of the land. Now, the nation who live in there are the heathen nations, and the Scripture said they're going to live there till the time of the heathen fulfilled. So once it's fulfilled, the Most High going to cast them out of the land. So leave these heathen to enjoy their things. Leave them alone. Just stay in those places that the Most High have scattered your ancestors. Stay here in faith. Unless the Most High have put it in your mind to move to somewhere else. Okay, and if the Most High put it in your mind, He's going to make it clear unto you. But if not that, stay in those places that the Most High have scattered our ancestors. Okay, stay right over there, because the Most High, He have scattered us. He is the one who going to gather us and bring us back to the place that He have cast us out. Okay, is the one who going to bring us back to the promised land, because He is the one who used this nation to cast us out of that land. Okay, so. And now, art thou anything better? Okay, we all know. Okay, 25. And now art thou anything better than Balak the son of Zippor, king of Moab? Did he ever strive against Israel, or did he ever fight against them? So he was like, you are not better than them. These king that our ancestors took this land from, they didn't even fight to get that land back. Those your ancestors back then, they didn't even fight to get that land back. So you think you think you are better than them, okay? So you want to try us against while Israel dwelt in Heshbon and her towns, and in Aroer and her towns, and in all the cities that belong by the coast of Arnon, 300 years. Why therefore did ye not recover them without that time? So why didn't they didn't bother to take them back all that years? It's now 300 years. 300 years passed away. Okay. In other words, this is our land. It's our land. Stay away from it. That is the Most High will give this land unto us. And one thing I'm going to say unto you, Israelite. You see, many of you Israelite, do you believe that the Mexican are your people, the native Indians are your people, and all that? The thing is, before these heathens brought us to the Americas, we know these heathens, they took those lands from the American Indians and those Mexicans and all those people. They took it from them. But once they brought the blacks over here, many of those places that these Native American, these American Indians was living, the Most High cast them out of those places and put His people there. The Most High put His people there. But the thing is, these nations, they still know about that history. They didn't forget all about it, but you black folks have forgotten that before you came here, they was already here. And many of those places that you possess, it is the Most High who drove them out of those places, and the Most High make you inhabit those places. But now you believe in that they are your brothers and your sisters. The thing is, they do not forget, and they hate you for that. Because many of you have a better life than them. You become the face of the whole earth. All these famous, the best in dance, the best dancer, the best singer, the best in this, the best in that. You become the face of the whole earth, and know that. Don't think that they're not jealous on you. Don't think that they don't hate you. Just like this nation, it's 300 years passed away, but they still remember. That means his ancestor taught him the history. So he kept the history. Just like Joshua. So me, I know that my history. There in the Americas, I know before my ancestor went there, those people who was lived in Suriname, they was native Indians. So I know they are not my people. So I will not try go to their village to wake them up, because they can hurt me. They know our history. They know that once we came there, we took their places, because that's how it goes there. All those places that the blacks living in Suriname, that those places that we have inhabit, those places were of the native Indians. But I believe it is God who cast them out of those areas and put us there, because He don't want me mixed with them. You see, they do not forget all those things. It is just a matter of time. And the thing is, it is the Most High who keep them back from not do you evil, because the thing is, they did not forgetting that you took it from them. That's why I stay away from them. I try to warn my people. Don't go to their village and preach the words unto them, because they are your enemy. Don't do that. But what they doing? They hate me. They ignore me. They telling others, boycott her. Don't listen to her. You see? But the thing, Israel, once you get hurt, then many Israelites, they're going to learn on the hard way. And this is what's going to happen unto them. These Mexicans and these native Indians that you go to their place and trying to bring them to the truth, the day will come that they will show you that you took everything away from us. First these white men, and now you blacks came and take everything away from us. Now you become the face of the whole earth, and they will hurt you. Those of you who are trying to work and you don't listen, the Most High will allow them to hurt you when that time comes. But those of you who are ignorant, the Most High might deliver you out of their hand. But those of you who are stiff-necked and still go and preach unto them, when this day come, the Most High is going to deliver you unto their hand, and you're going to cry and you're going to scream, but the Most High will not help you, because these people, they know their history. You are the one who are lost, who don't know who you are, but they know exactly who they are. Okay, this is what I wanted to share with you. Okay, because me, I believe that it is God who keep this nation from not hurting us, because they know their history. They know that we took those places away from them. First the heathen, and then we came and took them away from them and became the face of the whole earth. Even they use it on a negative way, but we know we are the faces of the earth. Even we walk in darkness, and it makes them angry. And the day when the Most High going to lose them, they will come after you. They're not going. They're not going to even go to the white man, because this nation, they always blame the black people. Doesn't matter what the other nation do unto them, they always blame the black people. So they're going to, all that hate and angry, they're going to lose that upon you. Okay. So he remember about his history. Okay. So 27. Wherefore I have not sinned against thee, but thou dost me wrong toward against me. The Lord the just be judged this day between the children of Israel and the children of Ammon. So he was like, I didn't sin against you. So if you want to fight me, the Most High going to judge between us. It is God who give us this land. So it's not my fault. Howbeit the king of the children of Ammon hearkened not unto the words of Jephthah, which he sent him. Then the Spirit of the Lord came unto Jephthah, and he passed over Gilead and Manasseh, and passed over Mizpeh of Gilead. And from Mizpeh of Gilead he passed over unto the children of Ammon. And Jephthah vowed unto the Lord, and said, If thou shalt without fail deliver the children of Ammon into mine hands, then it shall be that whatsoever come forth out of the doors of my house to meet me, when I return in peace from the children of Ammon, shall surely be the Lord's, and I will offer it up from a burnt offering. So Jephthah passed over unto the children of Ammon to fight against them, and the Lord delivered them into his hands, and he smote them from Aroer even till thou come to Minnit, even 20 cities, and unto the plain of the vineyards, with a very great slaughter. Thus the children of Ammon were subdued before the children of Israel. So they became under them. They was rule over them. The children of Israel, they started to rule over these nations, okay? Because they slaughtered them, okay? And 35. So they slaughtered them, so that they was ruling over the remnant of these nations, okay? And Jephthah came to Mizpeh unto his house, and behold, his daughter came out to meet him with timbrels, and with dances, and she was his only child. Besides her, he had neither son nor daughter. So this tells that Jephthah, he had a wife, he had a daughter. Once again, he chose the way of the Most High. He didn't choose the way of his mother or his father, but he chose to walk after the way of the God of Israel. And it came to pass when he saw her, that he rent his clothes and said, Alas, my daughter, thou hast brought me very low, and thou art one of them that trouble me. For I have opened my mouth unto the Lord, and I cannot go back. And she said unto him, My father, if thou hast opened thy mouth unto the Lord, do to me according to that which had proceeded out of thy mouth. For as much as the Lord had taken vengeance of thee of thine enemies, even of the children of Ammon. So he make a foe, and now, just like I have read, he said, the first thing that will come out of my home, I'm going to sacrifice that unto you. I'm going to offer that unto you. He thought one of his sheep will come out of his home, but now it was his only daughter. Now once he saw him, he was ripped his skirts out of him, so he was like screaming, crying, like, what did I have done? He can't go back. But his daughter said, no, if you make the Most High a promise, then keep the promise. Because the thing is, the Most High kept his promise. He have delivered you. He have delivered us out of the hand of this heathen. Now you must keep your promise as well. Okay? Now let's go to the book of Numbers chapter 30, verse 1 through 3. Verse 1 through 2. Okay, the book of Numbers chapter 30, verse 1 through 2. Okay, it says, And Moses spake unto the heads of the tribe concerning the children of Israel, saying, This is the thing which the Lord hath commanded. If a man vow unto the Lord, or swear an oath to bind his soul with a bond, he shall not break his word. He shall do according to all that proceeded out of his mouth. You see? So, once again, Jephthah was keeping God's commandment. So his daughter. That's why he said, then let's keep let's keep this promise that you made with the Most High. Okay? Let's go now to the book of Ecclesiastes. Okay, Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 2. Be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before God. For God is in heaven, and thou upon earth. Therefore, let thy words be few. And this wasn't the case. Jephthah made a promise. The thing is, he could ask the Most High, God, deliver this nation into our hands. That's it. Just deliver us. Help us. He doesn't have to come with all these extra things. I'm going to offer you the first thing that will come out of my home. Because you never know how the future going to be. You don't know how the next second going to be, or the next second, or minutes, or hours, or days, or weeks, or months, or years. You don't know that. So don't make promise to the Most High. Just keep it simple. Therefore let thy words be few. Just keep it simple. He shall not do that. But just like my sisters and my brothers love to say in their videos, like, once everything is going good with them, they have their food and they have, their good life, they are in their feelings, or not feelings, they are in their, in their emotions, they will make a lot of promises. But once they go through all that, once they go through all that, their trouble, or once things starting to get weird, they will starting to get him back, like, step back, like, no, it's too hard for me. I know I have made that promise, but I can't keep that promise. That's why the Most High say, no, therefore let your word be few. Just keep it simple. No, don't do all that extra things. They don't need it. Okay? You go, you eat, you have good life right now, you make all these promises. How you're going to serve God, how you will die for the Most High. But once that day come, many Israelites will flee. They will run to the Antichrist and take the mark of the beast. That's why I don't make any promise. You don't know how the future going to be. What I doing is I pray to the Most High. And I be honest with them. I'm afraid, God. I don't know if I'm going to be there that day, but if I'm here, if I'm going to like experience that day, when that day come, the Most High, give me strength to going through. Doesn't matter what. Give me strength to go through all that, because He is the one who created us. He knows how much pain we can go through. Because if I'm lean on my flesh, God, I'm afraid. But I know if you give me strength, I can go through all that. That's what I'm asking Him. Give me strength. Doesn't matter what I will go through in the future. Be with me. Be with me. Okay? I'm not going to keep all these faults and say, I used to saying that I will do this and do that. No. Sometimes I might say that in my video, but the thing is, in my prayer, often that's what I'm saying. When these days come, Father, Give me strength to go and to endure till the end. Give me strength to go to endure till the end, because I'm afraid. But I'm not with you. I'm going to endure till the end. You see? Don't be like Simon. Simon is an example for us. You see, the Most High forgave him, but in the days that are coming, in those days of the Antichrist, once you pick his side, that's it. You can't turn back. You can't turn back. That's it. So that's why I don't make vows, and not only that, but about many things. Just keep it simple. Just keep it simple, okay? Because you don't know how the future going to be. You don't know how the day is going to be. So keep it simple. Let's go to the book of Matthew. Matthew chapter 5, verse 33 through 37. Again, ye have heard that it had been said by them of old time, Thou shalt not forswear thyself, but shalt perform unto the Lord thine oaths. But I say unto you, swear not at all, neither by heaven, for it is God's throne, nor by the earth, for it is his footstool, neither by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great King. Neither shalt thou swear by thy head, because thou canst not make any hair white or black. But let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay. For whatsoever is more than these come of evil. So like Jephthah, he shall not say all that extra thing. He shall say, God deliver us out of these people their hand. He shall not make all that promise. But all these things are from the Most High put them here for us to learn, okay? To learn from Jephthah, our forefathers, okay? Verse 37. And she said unto her father, Let this thing be done for me. Let me alone 2 months, that I may go up and down upon the mountains and bewail my virginity. I and my fellows, he is in his fellow Israelite sisters. She was a virgin. So his parents, his father and his mother, taught her to be a virgin. And that is what we shall teach our daughters, to be a virgins. Teach her to become a virgins. Okay? Don't sleep around with different men, but put yourself special for one person. Keep yourself from that special man, your first man, your husband. That is what we should teach our daughters. Be a virgin. Not go and sleep around with different men, sending them to chasing after the bags. Go send them to sleep with different men, because they are rich and all that. Don't do that. The Most High going to destroy you and your daughters. Okay. And he said, Go, and he sent her away for 2 months, and she went with her companions and bewailed her virginity upon the mountain. So her companions, once again, they are these other Israelite sisters. Just like when you go in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, those companions of Judah and companions of Joseph or Manasseh, those are other Israelites. Okay. And it came to pass at the end of 2 months that she returned unto her father, who did with her according to his vow which he had vowed. And she knew no man, and it was a custom in Israel. So once after she had bewailed with her other Israelite sister, she returned back, and now the Most High sealed it. Like, you are mine, daughter, now, and you're going to be a virgin. This is what Jephthah have done unto his daughter now. Because he was in all his emotions, he have done this. But still the daughter was like, okay, you have made this vow, I'm going to be a virgin, I'm going to be the Most High. You see, when Anna, the wife, the mother of Samuel, once he was pregnant, he told the Most High, if you give me this this son, I'm going to give this unto you. And once he bare this son, he give it to the Most High. And the same thing with this sister. Now this woman become the Most High. She will still virgin until she die and going to serve the Most High. Okay. And sometimes as well, you have some Israelite sister who the Most High going to put aside, for His purpose. Some of them they are like really virgins. Some of them are not virgins, but the Most High put them aside for His own purpose. Okay. And it was a custom. Okay. And it was a custom in Israel 40 that the daughters of Israel went yearly to lament the daughter of Jephthah, the Gileadite, for days in a year. Okay, so Israelite, this was the lesson of today, and it is 1 hour. So I hope you have listened through the whole lesson. Okay, and I hope you have learned something out of this chapter. Okay. And I wish you all once again a blessed Sabbath day. Shalom.